remember any like health talks as a kid or about anything about being healthy or exercising or any of that?
Heck no. It was a free-for-all. I remember because eating at the table, I mean, we're Mexican, so, chorizo, beans, whatever, tortillas, all of that. It's just open game. It's like whatever, right? And I remember, like, I was heavier as a child. Like, I was a heavy kid, not like super. I was heavy. And I remember getting seconds. Chorizo was my favorite. And I used to throw that down and nobody told me no.
And not even said anything about it.
No. No. Nobody said anything about it. I was talking to...
What about like junk and eating junk and candy and all that kind of stuff?
That was all good. But we didn't have that's all extra, right? So my mom, like with the cereals, you know how you can buy some sugary cereals.
Oh, yeah. It's like candy.
But they were more expensive. So, she'd buy the Kix and cornflakes and stuff like that. But anyways, no, I never had that conversation at all that I remember. But I do remember when I don't know when they divorced, my mom would do a lot of Slim Fast. You know that shake? And I remember her exercising in the house, but that was after her and my dad, I think, split up, if I am remembering correctly. I always remember her trying to lose weight as if it was a challenge. Yeah. You understand? And, that I remember, but I don't ever remember her actually talking to me about it.
Yeah.
I remember being a child and in PE, they were weighing everybody out in the open, which from me remembering, right? Like, no, for real, there was a scale. One kid would get on, one kid would get off. And
oh my God. Could you imagine if they did that shit in school? People would be talking shit if they did that today.
Yeah. And I remember, oh, that's abuse. And I remember, just feeling a certain way about it. And another thing was, dude, in PE, I just remember hating to run. Like it was that's probably why I don't like running today, but it was torture. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't in shape.
Yeah.
So it was just like torture and it was embarrassing because, I was always the last one. And I think that when I got to 6th grade is when I started to shed, some of the weight, but it was always a challenge for me.
Do you remember how you did it?
I just ate less. I believe. Yeah. And I remember trying the shakes as well, the Slim Fast. And, it always had to do with food, minimizing food. It was never working. It was never the working out part of it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was cutting back on the food or not eating. That's why when I started to heal from the inside out, I had to heal my relationship with food.
And it's not even like it was just like food was the main thing, but it wasn't like eating healthy food. It was cutting food out.
Right.
And drinking Slim Fast.
Right.
Is that what it was?
Right. Once I moved out on my own, once I was like 18, that's when I started going to like high school. I joined the what is it called? Like the PE, weightlifting.
Oh yeah.
Weightlifting. I got myself in the gym. I started working out, and that's when I started focusing on exercising, and I dropped some weight. Like I was just, and it wasn't, it was just, and it was never for the healthy reason. It was always to look good on the outside. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's what the focus was. It wasn't being healthy.
Yeah.
Within. It was all about the appearance.
Yeah. I remember being a kid. It was similar. It wasn't similar because my dad was a fighter He was an athlete. Like, he's always done athletic stuff. Like, I remember, and we were always going to the gym, like from the time I was little.
Wow.
You know, I think I was maybe about Audrey's age, maybe a little bit younger, probably about between Joey and Audrey. And I got into racquetball, like with my dad. And I used to love it. And we would go to the gym and we would play doubles. And because he taught me how to play racquetball, like I had a really good serve. I mean, you've seen when I do serve, like I don't play racquetball, but there's these things that I had done it. And my dad's a fucking psycho, just like I can be a psycho. And I remember when he would practice racquetball, he would sit in the court by himself doing this serve so fucking hard and so fast. And he would just one after another, after another, after another. And he would sit there for an hour or however long it would take to heat up that racquetball and break it in half. That's when his training was over.
What?
He would just sit there and fucking just boom, one after another. So when I would train, I would do the same thing. And because of that muscle memory, right now my shoulder's jacked, but like you've seen where I could win games just from a serve because the muscle memory from the time that I was fucking 13, like it's still there. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's friggin' nuts.
Yes.
But yeah, ever since like I was a kid, I remember like my dad would talk about eating certain things. The other thing is that health has changed so much over like since we were a kid.
Yes.
Holy shit. Like the things that you end up finding out about the food pyramid and why things were the way they are, why they would tell us to eat so many fucking grains and carbs and all like the farming industry. And I mean, you could put your fucking
lies.
You could put your conspiracy theorist hat on, but like times have changed and the way people see food and understand food is just completely different.
Isn't that crazy? When you do your research and you start to look into that.
Yeah. It's nuts.
And recognize how fucking wrong they were.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. So,
and a lot of that. Well, let's not get into a tangent about that. Let's stay on health. So yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember that. And you know, my dad, we would do like Taekwondo, like, cause he was a Taekwondo world champ and he used to do kickboxing and all that. So he would teach me all that stuff. Eventually I started getting into football, but, I remember, do you have any like memories that stick out to you as a kid when it comes to like your weight or your health or anything like that?
Well, just me telling you about, being PE, just feeling very, subconscious. What's the right word?
Self-conscious.
Yes, self-conscious about my weight.
Yeah. I remember one time when I was a kid, my stepmom's sister came over and I don't know what happened, but I must have had my shirt off for whatever reason. And I don't remember how she said it, but she called me Pudge.
Yes.
Thanks, babe.
I Pudge. That's just funny.
You find that
in my
funny?
world, they would call me Gordita. So Pudge is like Pudge.
We've talked about this shit before. Fucking Spanish families, dude.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Yes.
Could you imagine in English, like a fucking...
Right.
Our friends next door, the nickname for their son, hey, fat ass, get over here.
Right?
Like, that's the fucking nickname that we give our kids in Spanish. It's like, hey, gordo, come here.
You know what I remember? I remember for Christmas one day, I don't know who bought me this outfit, but it was a floral outfit and it had the pants and the shirt, and I liked it. It was really cute. Oh my gosh, I must have been like 10 or 11. And I put that bad boy on and it was tighter than shit and I didn't even care. My panza was all hanging over it and shit. I thought I was all cute holding my doll.
Oh, it's fucked up.
Yeah. And I was never put in any sports or anything. It is what, yeah.
Yeah, and I do remember, being in like this little track meet thing that I ran in. Like I was always doing athletic shit, but there was that one time that she came over and she was like, "What's up, Pudge?" And I'm like, "Motherfucker."
How old were you?
I don't know. I might have been like Joey's age, something like that. But the thing was, I don't know why, because we were healthy, but my first thought was same as yours. Like, all right, I'm never eating again. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not eating until I can see my ribs. You know?
Yeah.
But I did. I ended up like watching what I was eating as a kid until I ended up losing that weight. And, you know, on the last episode, we also talked about, you know, some of the things that I've not dealt with, but like some experiences when it came to my weight. And like, I've always known like how I treat myself. I'm kind of hard on myself.
I was just going to share that right now because with your, who was it? Your cousin or your aunt that called you Pudge?
Yeah.
Okay. So you use that as fuel.
Yeah.
To make the change.
Yep.
For me, it just hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
You understand? Like,
it hurts your fucking feelings.
Yeah, but it doesn't light a fire under my ass because that's not how I'm motivated. Because I'm thinking about how I felt when I would get teased about my weight, and it wouldn't
bother you.
Me to make a change.
Oh, it would bother you, but it wouldn't motivate you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But for you, it motivated you.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I mean, and that's kind of our experience growing up with health and stuff. And yeah, my dad was always, I remember seeing my dad always doing some kind of workout. I mean, he used to fight, he played racquetball.
But did he ever talk to you about the importance of the health reasons behind working out? Like, did you have that conversation, or was it just him doing it and you witnessing it?
Well, he's always been like an athlete,
right?
You know? So yeah, he would talk about like the benefits.
Okay, so he would talk to you. He would educate you about health and the importance of working out and eating right.
But health is not the same. Like I said, more of it was like you want to be strong, like that type of stuff, like a dude. Health,
okay,
you know?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But now and I think as you get older or whatever, you start seeing things differently. Like you understand, yeah, you do want to be strong, but that's not the only thing.
Right.
You know, you want to be healthy inside.
Yes.
You don't want to die.
Right. And I think that for me is more important above all. If I was taught that, you understand? Like, I think it's 50-50. You know, it is, but I'm saying to understand the benefits of being healthy probably would have motivated me as well.